I knew something was wrong the moment I opened the envelope. Inside was a blood-stained white cloth and a note that read, "You can marry her if you're ready to die like the others." That was 1 week to my wedding. My hands trembled as I stared at the dark blotches soaking the fabric. I looked around at dusty family compound in Papa Ajao. Old zinc roofs screeching in the wind, neighbors shouting over water bills, and generators humming like tired bees. But in that moment, everything fell into silence, a heavy, eerie silence that wrapped itself around my neck. The name is Olumide. I grew up in this very compound, son of Mama Ronke, former class captain, now full-time hustler. I worked 2 jobs to survive, POS during the day, cyber cafe assistant at night. My dreams weren't loud. I didn't want to be rich or famous. I just wanted peace, a quiet life with someone who saw me, and that someone was Amaka. She moved into flat 3 with her family 2 years ago. Tall, graceful, with skin the color of ripe agbalumo, and a voice that made even babies stop crying. She didn't chase attention. She just carried it. And me? I chased her with the desperation of a man drowning. I didn't even believe she'd look at me twice. But somehow, love found its way through my stubbornness. She said yes after 7 months of small chops, daily compliments, and long walks to Iya Basira's buka. When I proposed, she cried. We kissed under the broken compound lights and the neighbors clapped like it was a movie. Everything felt right until the bride price list arrived. Chief Okoye, Amaka's father, didn't like me, called me a small boy with small destiny. The bride price list he gave us was the length of a village constitution. But I was ready. My mother sold her only sewing machine. My friends contributed. Even Baba Wasiu, our stingy landlord, dropped 10,000 and said, "Not true love they cause madness like this." But that envelope, that blood, it changed everything. I didn't tell Amaka at first. I wanted to believe it was a prank, a jealous ex, a warning from her father, maybe. But when I handed her the note that evening, she read it with a calmness that scared me. She smiled softly and said, "Ignore them, baby. They don't want us happy." That night, I couldn't sleep. Around midnight, I stepped outside and saw Baba Wasu speaking to Mama Chinyer under the mango tree. Their faces were tight. I hid behind the generator cage and listened. "You know here wetin happened to the last 2 wey one marry that girl?" Baba Wasu whispered. "Afis and Michael," Mama Chinyere responded in Igbo. "One run mad, one die inside house with blood for mouth." I stopped breathing. My ears rang. I remembered Michael, clean church boy. He dated Amaka last year, died mysteriously 2 weeks before their wedding. Then Afiz, the tailor, dropped dead on his bed bleeding from his nose. Everyone said spiritual attack, but I never linked it to her. Now, I was scared. The next morning, I went to Michael's mother in Hohota. She nearly slammed the door in my face until I mentioned Amaka. Her eyes darkened. She dragged me into her room and locked the door. "My son was fine before her," she whispered. "He started hearing voices, screaming at night, kept saying, 'She's not alone. Something's inside her.' He died on a Sunday, blood everywhere." I left our house shaking. I walked all the way back to Papa Ajao. When I reached the compound, I didn't go inside. I stood near the well and watched Amaka hang clothes. She was singing a soft, haunting tune, that same tune I heard in Michael's house, playing from a broken radio. My skin crawled. That night, I followed her. She said she was going to night vigil, but I saw her turn into Bajulai Street, enter a bungalow with no signboard. I crept to the window and looked in. 5 women sat in a circle, all dressed in red. In the center was a white candle flickering. Photos hung on the wall. Pictures of men, Michael, Afiz, and then mine. Amaka knelt before the candle, her voice low. "Let him stay. Let his spirit not wander. Let his love not die. Bind him to me. Blood to blood. I stumbled away. I didn't sleep that night. I kept hearing her voice in my ears, binding me. I confronted her the next morning. She didn't flinch. I love them too, she said, looking out the window. But they weren't strong enough. You are. What are you? I asked. I'm what love created and what blood sustains. You killed them. She smiled faintly. I warned them. They left. The spirits took their breath. I should have left, but I didn't. Something about her held me. A mix of fear and twisted devotion. I told her the wedding was still on. I wanted to believe I could end the cycle or expose it. I called Pastor Chick, our wedding counselor, told him everything. He agreed to hide a camera on the altar, to watch, to witness. The wedding day arrived. She wore red lace, walked like a queen down the aisle. Her smile was wide, too wide, her eyes too still. As we stood before the pastor, I saw her lips moving, quietly. I bind this one with fire, silence, and bone. Then everything shifted. The air in the church turned heavy. The lights flickered. A child screamed. The pastor's Bible fell from his hands. Then she turned to me and whispered, "You showed them. Now they'll come for you too." Suddenly, the candles went out. Complete darkness, screams, chaos. When the lights returned, Amaka was gone. Just gone. Dress, makeup, veil, vanished. The wedding guests fled. Some said it was evil spirits. Others blamed stress. But Pastor Chick swore he saw her disappear into smoke. They said I imagined it. But every night since then, I've been getting the envelopes, blood-stained cloth, new messages. The last one said, "You took the bride, now raise the curse." A week later, I woke up and there was a baby on my bed, crying, wearing a beaded bracelet with my name on it. Olumide. I tried to run. I took the baby to the police. But the moment I stepped outside my gate, he vanished from my arms. I screamed. They called me mad. When I got back home, he was there again, peacefully sleeping in my bed. Now he's growing too fast. Crawling today, walking tomorrow, speaking in riddles the next. His eyes glow red at night, and sometimes I hear him humming her song. The compound is silent. My mother won't come near me. Pastor Chick has relocated to Ghana without warning. Even my shadow now moves on its own. This morning, I found a cake on the table. White icing, red candles. A message. "Happy first anniversary, Daddy," from your wife and son. Beside it, a woman's severed finger, still wearing the wedding ring. And from the kitchen, I hear a pot boiling and someone humming. It's her voice, Amaka. But I haven't owned a gas cylinder in months. I pick up a knife and walk slowly toward the kitchen, praying under my breath. Then I stop. The mirror in the hallway shows her reflection, not mine. She's smiling, wearing a wedding dress, holding the child. Behind me now, I hear her whisper, "Welcome home, husband." And the door slams shut. The end.